hear about STEM, you think of very clinical things and dry things, and it's all about numbers on the whiteboard or blackboard, and you will never understand them and you're afraid of them. I felt the same way, but it turns out that STEM is not just that. It's also that the beauty and the magic of the way that white light turns into colorful light depending on what it goes through. Imagine that the rest of the world also has that magic behind it. It might be robotics, it might be connecting to very simple devices that push and pull. Don't stop discovering and looking for magic. It's there. My name is Anastasia Volkova, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Flurosat. Flurosat is a software platform that collects images and weather information from satellites circling the Earth, and all that information is very helpful for farmers to grow their crops more sustainably. If there is a frost issue that they haven't noticed, if there, for example, is a planting issue with their planter, with their machine, all of those will be pretty detrimental impacts on their crops. And if the platform like ours can alert them of that happening, just imagine what impact that's having on daily routines of the agricultural professionals. I do see myself as a friend of a plant and of a farmer. But more importantly, I see that our generation needs to take responsibility for things like climate change, for sustainability of agriculture, so that the next generation watching this can actually healthily live on this planet. I love geometry. That was the case. So I did aerospace because I love geometry. It was a very visual science of where things are at and how they're related to each other. I was also interested in physics of light. I just thought that was beautiful, that nature had a way of decomposing colors. That's like you would see a rainbow, and that's actually a natural way of coloring air. And once you understand that everything has that basic law behind it, the world starts opening up to you. In the modern world, almost any job implies that you will be traveling a lot. And that's what Mom said to me when I was applying to uni. She said, well, look, if you're going to be successful in your job, you're probably going to go to international offices. So you don't need to start a career in international relations just for the sake of it. What else interests you? And I said, computers. Okay, what computers? Well, flying computers sound good. And so I started aerospace engineering. And with aerospace engineering degree, I specifically chose a university where they had an exchange program to go overseas, to go to Poland from Ukraine. In Europe, I found out there are more occupations for an aerospace engineer that were exciting. But what kind of kept troubling me was the fact that if I went to aerospace as my career, it actually is a net negative impact on the environment. It's not that aerospace should stop, it's a fantastic industry, but I wanted to contribute to something that was obviously positive. And this is where I wanted to go back to academia to find a way to apply my knowledge to a different set of problems. And it turns out that in aerospace you could do remote sensing, which is basically Earth observation. And this is what my passion became. I found a way to reconnect with nature in a way that makes sense to me, not to be a biologist or a plant geneticist, but to be an engineer that uses data to help the plants. There isn't one way to do good for the planet or for life on Earth or for humanity. All of those things are important, and somehow they fall in place as you grow up.